Sean Combs is a monster.
I want to speak about this now because I've witnessed everything.
I think Sean Combs can get away with anything.
Do you regret ever getting involved in
I didn't have a choice. It got bad when I was about 15 years old. I'm sorry. I'm sorry the way that I look.
I'm not saying that he can't. I just don't see him able to do time behind bars. If he had to go behind those bars for a lot of years, I think that he make them if he do an Epstein. It takes a certain individual to do a lot of years in jail.
What's one misconception about you?
There are no misconceptions about me.
You're gonna hear about my party, they're gonna be shutting them down, they're gonna probably be arrested.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Everything ain't for everybody.
There's a lot of talk going on with you arranging Chris and Rihanna getting back together. Do you want to talk about that?
If I could be there as a friend during hard times, then I'm gonna be there as a friend.
So who was with you this weekend? A bunch of my friends. Diddy, Quincy, Justin Bieber. Oh, this party? I think half the people there were...
Aaron Carter, a former child star turned troubled artist, rose to fame in the late 1990s with hits like Aaron's Party, Come Get It, and I Want Candy. Known for his boyish charm and musical talent, he captivated fans but was often overshadowed by the massive success of his brother, Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys. Despite his early stardom, Aaron's life took a turbulent turn, marred by legal issues, addiction struggles, and financial woes, leaving many heartbroken over his tragic downfall. His mysterious death on November 5, 2022, in his Lancaster, California home has fueled speculation, especially with new claims resurfacing. Before his passing, Aaron expressed frustration at being ignored by the industry, alleging he possessed sensitive information. Many dismissed his claims, but recently unearthed tapes have reignited interest in his story. Fans argue that his struggles reflect the darker side of the entertainment industry, where young stars are often exploited and discarded. Some believe these tapes could serve as a posthumous vindication, shedding light on the challenges he faced. As figures like Gene weigh in, Aaron's legacy remains entangled in controversy, with many seeking answers about the circumstances surrounding his tragic demise.
Following developing news tonight in Lancaster, where pop star Aaron Carter has died at the age of 34.
The troubled performer grew up in the limelight, but he was in and out of rehab several times in his short life. Chris Wolf is live for us in Lancaster. He's got more on this. Chris?
Yeah, Rick, MB, the street is now cleared. People have been moving in and out of that home behind me all day. And tonight we heard from some of those closest to Aaron Carter, and they all say the same thing. They all share stories of a very kind, loving, caring, humble, yet troubled young man. It's the tragic death of a young performer, and now family, friends, and fans around the world are suffering the loss. Singer, rapper, actor Aaron Carter is dead at the age of 34.
Oh my God.
Carter's close friend and stylist shared this video of a recent birthday celebration for Carter's fiancée, Melanie Martin. She is also the mother of their 11-month-old son, Prince.
It's very painful. Very, very painful. I talked to him 2 weeks ago. He was at the dentist and he FaceTimed me. He said, come over. And I said, I have work to do. I wish I could have just go see him at least one more time.
LA County firefighters say they received a call about a drowning. The LA County Sheriff's Department says a house sitter called 911 around 11 a.m. Saturday to report a man unresponsive in his bathtub. It was Carter. The dispatcher advised her to start CPR until deputies and paramedics arrived. Then emergency personnel pronounced Aaron Carter dead at the scene. He had been grappling with substance for years, in and out of rehab. He once appeared on the show The Doctors, explaining he suffered from a number of mental health issues and was taking a variety of prescription pills to treat those conditions.
He was a good person. You know, he had his demons, as we all do, you know. I just wish he had another chance to defeat those demons, I'll say.
Carter began performing as a child and had hit albums starting in his teenage years. He is the younger brother of Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys and performed as an opening act for Britney Spears, as well as his brother's boy band, and also appeared on the reality TV series House of Carters. Fiancée Melanie Martin, social media influencer and model, arrived at the home to talk with investigators and seemed inconsolable. According to reports, their son Prince is under the court-ordered custody of Melanie's mother.
I go on my Twitter and I see people saying, you look like you have AIDS, you should go die. I don't understand how I dedicated 22 years of my life to my fans, and now they turn on me.
Do you regret never getting involved?
I didn't have a choice. It got bad when I was about 15 years old, because when I did MTV Cribs, the day that I had to go show off that house, my mom and my dad told me, you're divorced and you still have to go do this. I had to go show off all the stuff my whole life that was going to be taken away from me.
The FBI is finally looking into the alleged of Aaron Carter. The details of Aaron Carter's have creepy similarities with the death of Diddy's ex-wife, Kim Porter.
Aaron Carter begged for her in front of the world. He begged for financial support to help get him a private security team to keep him alive. He said on numerous occasions, if anything happens to me, I promise you, I am not vital and lose anything.
While the exact circumstances of Aaron Carter's death remain unclear, Gan Deal now suggests that Diddy may have been involved. This claim gains traction following Gene's earlier assertions that Kim Porter, Diddy's ex and mother of 3 of his children, did not die of pneumonia as reported, but was instead the victim of an orchestrated plot by the disgraced mogul.
Right. I respect it. Kim Porter, he was telling me before this interview that Dallas Austin, his daughter, was at her house the day she died.
Yo, I heard that the paperclip party broke that story because it was told to them by Kim's Porter's father. That is in the police report. That this is in the police report. That Dallas Austin's daughter, who was a friend of Kim, left her house at 8 o'clock. That Kim had made a call, 911 call at 2:15 that morning. And I don't know what happened in the 911 call or what was said. But they said that Dallas Austin's daughter, according to Kim's father, was the woman that left her house at 8:15. So she was the last person, according to her, to see Kim alive. And that was broken by the paperclip party because they had a conversation with Kim's Porter father. That's crazy. Now, what was Kim's state? Why did, and in the report, didn't it say she had blood on the pillow and bruises or something like that? The case needs to be reopened, man. The case really needs to be reopened. Because if that girl was there and she said that Kim was all right, what happened from 8 to 11? And why did all Kim's stuff come up missing?
I ain't know any of that, man. I never heard of that. So when they found her, she had bruises and a lot of her stuff was missing.
Bro, it's a lot of suspect things going on. First and foremost, in our day and time, other than our house key, a woman gonna keep her phone, and you know, she got a lot of different purses, but everybody always grab their phone. Why come right till today, right now, nobody knows what Kim Porter's phone is? And they know they had iPhone. Why have nobody went to the cloud and got the text messages and the things off her phone? Because everything that came in that phone is text, and you know your iPhone find my phone. Nobody tried to find the phone? I would love for her son who has all the rights to go to and get all the stuff out the clouds. Her last text, who she called, who she spoke to, who called her, where was the last place her phone was at before it was destroyed and cut off. It will tell you that too.
You personally, what do you think happened to Kim Porter?
I'm not a medical, nor I was an investigator on that case. I don't believe that an individual with her, I want to say, financial status would lay up in the house and die of pneumonia without a doctor or some kind of medical person responsible. I never seen him treat Ms. Lopez like that.
Gene starts the conversation with that. When Cassie's complaints drop, the interviewer says, what she's alleging is crazy. Gene Deal, former head of security, said, "I've never seen him treat J-Lo like that." Why?
Even when he was going behind her back and still dealing with Kim, he didn't want Kim to deal with nobody, bro. I can't speak on Cassie or her statements like that, but I can reflect on the way he treated Kim. We would leave Jennifer's house. He would call a babysitter. If Kim was out on the town, we was going to every spot in New York City that the babysitter thought she was at.
Gene is giving you a perspective from when Kim Porter was alive. She died of pneumonia a few years ago. She was about to launch a book that may or may not have implicated Diddy and stuff.
In a shocking revelation, Gene Deal claimed in an interview that Diddy allegedly ordered a casket 2 months before Kim Porter's official death. If true, this raises a disturbing question. Why prepare for a death so far in advance, especially one officially ruled as natural? The allegation adds to growing speculation.
Diddy's exes, right? His ex, someone who knew his ex, they all died of pneumonia.
Right.
You can give someone, there's certain chemicals, poisons that you can give people and it results in pneumonia. I don't know if these autopsies even check for that stuff.
Right. Probably not.
There are certain poisons that you can give someone and they'll die like they died of pneumonia. Like a bunch of people around him died of pneumonia. There's like one of his bodyguards came out recently and he was doing some interview and said they tried to poison him. So much went down.
So much dark.
Also just how stupid they are.
Right.
Like the Will Smith thing. When they gave him a standing ovation after that, this is so stupid. Like,
right.
You guys don't think straight. This is you're thinking nutty.
You heard about Albert Shore increasing his security?
I spoke to Al a couple of times, and he texted me a couple of times too. I think knowing the history of them two, if he did increase his security, he have every right to. And I believe that Al knows that Puff has some powerful people, or has some powerful people around him, and some people doing some things for him that could endanger his life. His life could be in danger. I don't think nobody would be paying for some security if they didn't think their life was in danger. So I can see Al doing that. I understand why Al is doing that. And I just wish them all the luck. You gotta realize, man, Kim's death wasn't even investigated, bro. Her death wasn't even investigated. And it should have been a proper investigation so all the family members can feel like that there was no foul play in her death. How is it that you know how we are as a people? I don't believe that 10% of your viewers that's watching this don't keep their phone when they go to sleep in arm reach. How is it that there was no electronic products or gadgets around Kim's bed? Her laptop missing, her cell phone's missing. Everything is missing that she could get in touch with her little girls if they not at home, or her friends or family. All that's missing. How is it that, and this is her saying, that the detectives did not even view the body in the bed where she died at? That the coroner had already removed her, pronounced her dead, and told the detectives that it was no foul play. And if that is true, as I've heard it, and we read certain things on the internet about it, that case needs to be reopened. We know that Kim, and it's in the this is in the documentation. Shout out the paperwork, at the paperwork part. I gotta shout him out, but because he looked in the paperwork and it said Kim received a massage for about an hour when she's supposed to have full-blown pneumonia. Who gives somebody a massage when they got pneumonia? And do we know whether she used that baby oil or not for that massage? It makes you say, that's a big room, man. You gotta understand, man, that it's a lot of stuff that has been happening. Now, some people even said that her casket was ordered 2 months before she died. I don't believe that, man. I swear. I'm not no conspiracy theorist or none of this. But I heard, did you hear something like that, man? That her casket, how you order a gold casket 2 months before somebody died, man? If I'm gonna pay, or they gonna get the money up, what is it, to resume her body? If they gonna get the money up to dig her body back up and have a real autopsy done on that, have a real investigation on that, who's it gonna hurt? I've been knowing Al for a long time.
Aaron Carter's untimely death continues to fuel speculation, particularly given the eerie parallels between his passing and that of Kim Porter, Diddy's former partner. Both deaths were surrounded by mystery and strange circumstances, leading many to wonder if there's a deeper, more sinister connection at play that a news article details Aaron's tragic demise. On November 5th, 2022, the 34-year-old singer was found dead in the bathtub of his Lancaster, California home. While an autopsy was performed, the official cause of death wasn't determined until April 18th, 2023, when a toxicology report ruled it accidental. The Los Angeles County Medical Examiner found difluoroethane, a chemical in aerosol sprays, and alprazolam, a generic version of Xanax, in his system. According to the report, the combination of substances caused Aaron to become incapacitated and ultimately drown in his bathtub. Though substance abuse was cited as the primary cause, Aaron's struggles with mental health were no secret. Having been exposed to the entertainment industry from a young age, he was well aware of Hollywood's dark underbelly. Rising to fame as a child pop sensation, Aaron frequently spoke about the pressures of stardom and the challenges he faced navigating the industry. His death has since become the subject of numerous conspiracy theories, with Reddit emerging as a hotspot for discussions on any potential ties to Diddy. One particularly intense thread speculates whether Aaron, or even his brother, Nick Carter, had any direct or indirect connections to the music mogul. Some users claim the FBI is now investigating Aaron's death, along with other celebrity deaths, to determine whether there are any links to the growing allegations surrounding Diddy. One Redditor commented on Nick's silence regarding both his brother's passing and the swirling rumors about Diddy. They noted that while Nick hasn't spoken publicly about Aaron in some time, his recent social media activity has been focused on promoting the Backstreet Boys tour. Another user speculated that the group may have been invited to Diddy's infamous parties at the height of their fame in the late 1990s and early 2000s, but emphasized that attending such events didn't necessarily mean they were involved in any of the darker aspects of the industry. The discussion also suggested that AJ and Nick were the most likely members of the group to have attended clubs and parties, as they have both openly admitted to their past partying habits. While Nick Carter has chosen to remain silent, Aaron's mother, Jane Schneck, is actively demanding a reinvestigation into her son's tragic death. She has publicly expressed her belief that Aaron's passing was far from accidental, citing inconsistencies and unanswered questions surrounding the case. As more details emerge and new theories gain traction, many are left wondering whether Aaron's fate was truly an accident or if there is more to the story, one that may still be waiting to be uncovered.
Aaron Carter's mom believes that there's more to the story surrounding her son's death, and warning, she shared some graphic content. Aaron's mom, Jane, posted online, she goes, "Still trying to get a real investigation for the death of my son, Aaron Carter. I want to share these death scene photos with you, all because the coroner wrote it off as an accidental drug overdose. They never investigated it as a possible crime scene because of his addiction past. Look at these photos. They were not taken by the police, but they allowed people to go in and out, although a lot of potential homicide information was there for years. Aaron had a lot of death threats and many people who were making his life miserable." She shared photos of the bathtub where Aaron was found, as well as the bathroom.
Rumors suggest Aaron Carter's tragic death may have been orchestrated by someone within his own family, possibly even his parents.
Aaron Carter tragically passed away at age 34, and there's only two people to blame, and those are his parents. Aaron Carter was a massive success in the late 1990s, selling 4.5 million albums in the United States and 10 million globally. Off of concerts, albums, and merchandise, his estate made over $50 million. But the money was sadly spent by Aaron Carter's parents, Robert and Jane, who lived a luxurious lifestyle on their son's work. And Aaron Carter's parents personally broke the law of not putting money into his Coogan account. Coogan accounts are required by law in the state of California, but state that 15% of an actor's income has to go to a savings account for under 18. And this law was established in 1939 after child actor Jackie Coogan's parents stole all of his money. Jackie Coogan was broke as an adult until he played Uncle Fester in the original Addams Family. For Aaron Carter, his parents weren't paying properly into the Coogan account. He ended up with $2 million when he should have had $20 million. $2 million sounds good, but his parents actually put him $3.5 million in debt to the IRS because they didn't pay taxes on his earnings. So Aaron Carter ended up filing for bankruptcy and still publicly forgave his parents. And Aaron Carter ended up broke doing adult work and OnlyFans to pay rent. Now he was found overdosed in a bathtub next to mom and dad.
I've been really hurt over the years because I've seen the substance you. I found myself repeating the same things. And I don't want that for myself. I don't want a short life. I refuse to let that be my story. Maybe it's better for me.
I want to be a family with Aaron. I don't know if you can find it in your heart to forgive. It's been so bad for so long, and we've had so many tragedies in our family. I just wish you would find it in your heart to forgive me, but if you can't, I will understand.
When you're weak, I'm weak. But you gave up your dreams to help me achieve mine. You always tried to protect me, and I didn't want to listen. I'm sorry for that. You ready, beautiful?
Things made a big difference already in my life. I can just only imagine what's going to happen in 10 months and 10 years.
Aaron Carter's mom apparently thinks his fiancée, Melanie Martin, is the cause of his passing. Melanie is apparently very hurt by these accusations and said that they were all good before Aaron passed. Aaron's mom, Jane, clarified that what she meant by Melanie did it was drove him to madness.
What really caused Aaron Carter's tragic death? Was it his ongoing battle with addiction, a dark connection to Diddy, or something even more sinister involving his own family? Let us know your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button so you never miss an update. Stay real, fam. Celeb Spotlight.